Always asking. They're building one near my job, near my school. Super excited about that. Yeah, I left work early today because I had made an appointment to get my oil change and tires rotated, but I didn't make the appointment on time. I'll probably have to do it tomorrow. Aren't they? Their chickens. Their chicken is so good. And you know what I discovered just recently? Chick-fil-A. I've never been to Chick-fil-A. It was just one of those things I never like thought about. But I was at an airport and they had one there, and I discovered their sauces. Chick-fil-A sauces. Sauces are they have like a variety of sauces too. Give me a good sauce. I love it. Did you? Yeah. I know. I always keep up on my oil changes too. Hey, Christina, welcome in. Christina, how are you doing with your quilt or your Yeah, it's a quilt, not quilt, but your I'm okay with Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Oh, is that what that is? Samantha? Walmart sells the Chick-fil-A sauce. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to try it out. I love it. Just starting, Christine. Not very far. Oh, okay. Yeah, when I go to Christina, when I go to Michael's, I always look at the little diamond things. Eventually, I'll get to it. Not very far. Okay, yeah, I gotta try them. I always see that. I think if they have them at my local grocery store, and I always see them. You know how when you see those recipes on TikTok, and then people have like a sauce and they glaze it on top? I'm always curious as to what those glazes are. Hey, Jamie, welcome in. We haven't seen you in a while, Jamie. How's everything going? Delicious. Yeah, I'm still on my ramen kick. I made some ramen earlier today. I was thinking this weekend of making a roast. I haven't made a roast in a while. I have one of those, what are they called? Those quick hot pot things. Hey, Gracie Gray, welcome in. Just needed a social media break. Oh, yeah, I get it, Jamie. Yeah, I need a break too. Instapot, yes, shiny peanut. Thank you so much. Yes, an Instapot. A roast and Instapot. I love white rice and a roast on top. So good. So good. Unless you could eat it for the rest of the week. I'm a few cosmos in and feeling good. Took a night off for myself. Oh, Gracie Gray, nice. Ooh, how many cosmos have you had so far? I have a slow cooker I bought on Black Friday and then oh, shiny peanut, you haven't? Yeah, all the recipes out there. Um, I always like doing there's this one guy that I recipe that I get off of, and he puts wine in the roast. So good. I'm seeing my hairstylist next weekend when he does my hair. He cooks. Oh, fun, Samantha! Really? He does my hair, cooks my lunch too. I love that. That is so funny. Gracie Gray. Gracie Gray, did you have them at home or did you eat? Or did you go out? Did you go out today? I know we were planning a happy hour for next Friday. Some of my coworkers. He's a gem. I think we're having pasta. I love it. Oh yeah, I wasn't feeling up tonight. Yeah, yeah. Cosmos are always a good go-to when you don't know what to drink. I have a bottle of Riesling that I need to pop open. Maybe tomorrow, if it's sunny tomorrow, I'll pop it open and have it with like a sandwich or something. I love a good Riesling. A good Riesling. Tonight, Samantha, oh, thank you for reminding me. We have lavender and chamomile tonight. We love a good pour. We love a good pour. We love a good exaggerated pour. Yeah, this one's sweet. It's really good. Hey Ari, welcome in. Welcome in. We'll begin in a couple of minutes, guys. Thank you so much already for the 31K, the 33,000K, 1,000 likes. I really appreciate it. We do have our clovers for March birthdays. So if you have a birthday in March and you would like to volunteer your March birthday, we can put it on the birthday wall. I do have the hearts cut out. The birthday wall is a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Aren't they fun? They're really cute. I bought some colored paper. And then I just got a PDF printout for free. Cut around them. Really cute. We could probably make, you know what? We could probably do a decoration with some gold, with gold on it. Gold glitter. Gold chunky glitter. That would be really pretty. Imagine making this whole thing chunky glitter and then hanging it on the tree. That would be amazing. But we do have our decorations. So definitely something to keep in mind. Definitely something to keep in mind. I was looking at the watercolors too over at Michael's because I was thinking, what can we do? No, Lauren, that is for, this is for birthdays in March. Remember how we started our birthday wall? We have the snowflakes right here. And for a long time I kept telling you guys I was going to do the hearts. I finally got around to it. These are heart birthdays. Now, if you have a birthday in March, let me know and I'll put your birthday and your name on here. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you don't have to do it. But if you want to, if you have a birthday in March, anybody has a birthday in March, let us know. We'll put it on here. And then hang it on the wall. So that when your birthday comes, we can sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Oh, yours is in May, Lauren? So April we're going to do probably a flower cutout. Hey, Victoria, welcome in. May, we'll probably do... What's a good May? Cinco de Mayo, we could probably do little hats. Oh, thank you, Samantha. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Lauren, I was thinking about that too. Maybe umbrellas, like April showers. Or a raindrop for April showers. Oh yeah, May the 4th we could do a Star Wars theme. Maybe a lightsaber? A daisy for May, yes. Definitely a sun for June. Definitely a sun for June. But definitely May. I was looking on Amazon today. Yes, Stormtrooper helmets. That's a fun idea. I have good news. My boyfriend came back home to me this morning. Oh, Ari, that's right. There was an issue there. Totally forgot. Oh, good. Yes. Samantha, your birthday is the 25th of June? Yeah, mine is in August. So I was looking through Amazon today for ideas after the tree. And they have these cute little tents. They have these little teepees. They're little tents that you put inside the home. They're for kids, but I think it'd be fun. It's a tent, and they sell these little fake logs for fires. So I think that would be a fun theme for June. May and June. We're going to have to get creative. We're going to have to get creative because those months are going to be long. We're going to be creative. Oh, and then we were thinking about, I was telling the East Coast about Theme Thursday, but somebody already sent us a list of themed books. So on Thursday, we could do Theme Thursday where we think of a theme. And then I could, if I do it a week in advance, I can do, get those from the library. Like maybe books about strawberries, whatever. Strawberries, if we want to do St. Patrick's Day, if we want to do all of those. Thank you so much for that, Heart. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's fun. Makes it fun. I probably will take a week off in March during spring break towards the end. Maybe like the last week. One of those weeks I'm at a training. So I got to take that. I think it finally got in his hand. Oh, okay. All right. I'm glad everything is working out. I'm glad everything is at peace. That's what we need in our lives, is peace. Okay, let me go turn on the main light. Okay, we have a bunch of fresh new titles for you. A bunch of fresh new titles. We're gonna start out. Light. This one's called Chengdu. Could not, would not fall asleep. This is for all our East Coast friends right now. The East Coast, it's 9 o'clock. Chengdu. I think it's Chengdu. Could not, would not fall asleep. When we open it up, we get this beautiful end page with these bamboo. Oh, this was by Disney. Chengdu. Samantha, right? Edame, welcome in. Thank you for sharing the live. It was late and it was quiet. It was late and it was quiet. Chengdu. And everyone in the bamboo grove was sleeping. I love it. I love this lighting. The lighting. It's like light is coming from here. And it looks almost like 3D. Look at how this lighting almost makes this pop out. Hey Gigi, welcome in. Everyone except, look at that. They look like two little beans, but it's his eyes. Everyone except Chengdu. Chengdu. So it was quiet. Everybody was asleep in the bamboo trees except for Chengdu. No matter what Chengdu tried, he could not, would not, fall asleep. Gracie Gray, Chengdu, it's me. I have insomnia, yes. You could not or would not fall asleep. Chengdu turned. Guys, doesn't this look 3D? Don't these words look like they're popping out? Or is it just me? Maybe I had something before I started this. Yeah, Samantha, it kind of pops out, huh? And he tossed and he twitched. Yeah, it does look like they move, huh? Yeah, the font, it goes with the story. Yeah, it definitely moves. Maybe it's created to mess with your eyes. So it looks like. We get a good flap. We get a good pull out. But he could not, would not fall asleep. I'm gonna go have something now, speaking of. Oh, okay, I'll have a good night. Shengyu scrunched. Shengyu scrunched. And rolled. Oh, this one flops out. Oh, look at that. Looks like they did the same thing. I thought it opened up, but it falls out. Isn't that cute? And he rolled. But he still could not, would not fall asleep. Our little friend, Shengju. Shengju was very tired. He really wanted to be sleeping. So he climbed up. And up until he found the perfect spot. This is a great use of pages. Flaps, fold-outs, fold-ins, smaller pages. Isn't it cool, Michelle? I know. I think that's so fun. I think it's so creative when they think of things like that. And soon, everyone in the bamboo grove was sleeping. The bamboo grove. Everyone except Shangju's brother, Yuan. Yuan. Uh-oh. I know, huh? Somebody who is suffering from insomnia. Oh no, look at all these pandas. They can't sleep. The end. It says the art in this book was created using pencil and watercolors on Strathmore paper. Individual images were composed using Photoshop, then digitally finished by the author, assembled and designed by Sarah Gilman Studio. The text for this book is set in 20-point Spud AF Tatty. Yeah, that's an interesting font. Shenzhou. All right, the and Shenzhou. Yeah, it's pretty high. Yeah, Samantha, I agree. So it looks like they like layered these. I think that's why it looks like they moved. Because I think they layered them. Like they drew the back and then they did these separately and put them on top. That's why it looks like it moves. Very interesting. All right, let's take a vote on this one, 1 through 10. 1 through 10, what did you guys think? Shenzhou. Lauren a 9, Michelle a 10. What else do we give it? What else do we give it? Gracie Gray an 8, Jamie a 10, Silver an 8.5. Okay. All right, our next book. We're familiar with this author. This author's name is Tommy DePaola, and he's the one that did Stregonona. Yeah, Alex Falla. It very light on the text, very light on the story, but the illustrations were really good. This one is called Quiet, and if you're familiar with the Christmas story Stregonona, yes, it's by the same author. Tommy DePaola is huge in children's literature. I remember when I was in my undergrad and I took a children's literature class, that was one of the first authors I learned about. Yeah, he's really good. Quiet. I think he's very spiritual. Quiet. My, oh my, the grandfather said, everything is in such a hurry. Yes, Samantha, yeah. Yeah, the baby that liked everything loud. You're right. Yes, Hannah, very true. Yeah, they don't know how to be alone or quiet. Hey, Ellen. Elena, welcome in. Happy Friday. So, grandfather is saying everything is so busy and in such a hurry. All the flowers and the bees. The little fox family here. And the little home. The birds are flying so fast. Just send them out to the fields, right? Yeah, I think we need to lower the job range again. And our dog is rushing after the ball, said the girl. I see a frog jumping high into the pond, said the boy. I think it would help all our boys with ADHD. And a dragonfly zooming over the water. So it looks like they're taking a moment out to just be present. Their dragonflies, our dragonflies. Their ladybugs, our ladybugs. But we don't have our ladybugs anymore. That was for Valentine's Day. Even the trees are waving their leaves. Even the trees are waving their leaves. Yes, Hannah, I agree. To report back on every little single thing. Exactly. Busy as busy can be. Looks like a very earthy grandfather. Everything is so busy. Let's not be so busy. Why don't we sit here, you next to me? Very true. Yes, Elena, it is. It's got very peaceful vibes to it. The little drawings. The birds are just like us, taking a rest, singing their songs. I think it's the illustrations that make it look very peaceful. Because I get the same vibe too. The birds are just like us, taking a rest, singing their song. Our dog is tired. I think he's dreaming. Like a little golden retriever. The frog is sitting and blinking. The dragonfly has stopped beating its wings. The frog is sitting and blinking. I can totally see that with its eyes. The dragonfly has stopped beating its wings. Let us be quiet like all our friends. Quiet and still. Yes, very true, Elena. It reminds me of how peaceful and attentive we were to the little things as children. Very true. Yeah, they're all falling asleep. They're like, now that we can rest, let's do it. I can think when I'm quiet. Look at how pretty that picture is. I can think when I'm quiet. And then look at the little butterfly. Hey Mexipina, welcome in. Thank you so That's your favorite one, huh, Mexipina? I love it. Yeah, very pretty. I can see when I'm still. Yes, mindfulness is such a very important thing to teach. Yeah. Gail, I agree. Yes, Tommy de Paola. I always get his name. I like how they include like a little ladybug. Did she get anything? Yeah, she got a little butterfly. To be quiet and still is a special thing. Yeah, Lauren, they're very hypnotizing, huh? Very hypnotizing. For all those who know the beauty of quiet and pass it on to others. This was 2018. Quiet. You know, I love this artist art. Yeah. It's very unique to this author. A New York Times bestseller. Yes, Hannah, I agree. Oh, Gail, Stone Soup. Yeah, and I think I put that one in order for the library. They haven't picked it yet. I went to go pick up my orders, but they haven't completed the whole list. Plus, I gotta get through some of mine because I think I have over 50 now of their books. I'm gonna have to go in quietly when I turn them in. Okay, let's take a vote. We started with Shengju 1, and then Quiet by Tommy de Paola. Oh, did he, Gail? I'm gonna check that one out, especially for St. Patrick's Day too. Victoria 2, Lauren 1, Heather, you give it a 10, Heather. Hannah 2. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Quiet. Shengju was good, but a little short. Gracie Gray Ray. My library has a book drop outside, so I'm able to discreetly return them when I have a bunch. I love it. I know today I didn't feel so bad because I went to go pick up the ones that I had checked out, the ones that I had marked that they come in, you know, they get them and they put them in the thing for you. Somebody picked like a whole shelf, and it was a whole set. It was like a whole series, and they were thick books. I was like, oh good, I don't feel as embarrassed. All right, let's look in the stacks and see what we have next. Let's look in the stack. We're feeling a little philosophical tonight. So I saw this one, and I thought, definitely gonna get it. Grains of Sand. Grains of Sand. And when I looked inside the illustrations on this one has really good illustrations in it. Have you ever thought about writing your own children's book? Hannah, yes, I shared my I have 3 in the works right now. They're my first ones. 3 in the works. It's the title is Joe E. King. The first one is Joe E. King and the Fragile Figurine. And these are stories that are based off of I've written short stories that I've been writing for the last probably like 10 years. I've just been collecting them and I send them to editors and I have them fix all the grammar and stuff for me. And I've been thinking about, doing a short story book, but I get inspired, I work on them, and then I kind of lose the inspiration, so I let them sit for a while. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking those stories and I'm turning them into children's books. So 3 of those stories are already done. And I'm looking for an illustrator right now, and that's the difficult part I'm learning. So I found this one guy who is an illustrator, and this is a rendition of look at children's books need illustrators. Yeah. This is the first mock-up that I got of my character Joe E. King. Can't see him that good. And it's interesting because I want to keep the illustrations very traditional. I want to keep them traditional looking. I want them to be very like old school 1980s, 1970s illustrations. But a lot of them do like the Pixar stuff. I did get a Pixar image of one. Let me see if I have it on here. But that's what I'm finding really tricky right now is finding the illustrator, and they're really busy. They're like a month out, and so they can give me the one page, but if I want to work with them, it's gonna take several months, and then I have to be put on a waiting list for up to a month. So I can see why it takes a while. In the meantime, I'm sending the stories out to agencies, but they tell you when you Gail, no, I haven't been to Massachusetts yet. I really want to go. But when you go through an agent, they tell you where to submit it, and they say you won't hear back from us from 4 to 12 weeks. And if you don't hear from us, just take that as a kindly way of saying move on. So I'm really leaning towards self-publishing. I read one of the stories before. I'll read it again. I'll read you guys the story tonight at the end. This one's called Grains of Sand. The main character is Joe E. King. Joe E. King, and the first one is called The Fragile Figurine. It's about sensitive boys. I'm dedicating it to sensitive boys around the world. And then the follow-up story is called Joe E. King and the Carry On Queen. Carry On. Her name is Carry On. And what I'm doing is Carrie is a strong female character. And I built this character around the work that I've done when it comes to my mom, like the mom stuff, like a mom and a son. So Carrie is she's a very smart girl. She's very popular and well organized, and the teachers and the staff, everybody loves her. And Joe E. King, he likes to he likes to go on the monkey bars, or he likes to go on the jungle gym, and he likes to do spins. Remember back in the day when you would get on the bar and you wrap the bar around your knee and spin? I used to love doing that. And this is a small incident that came out when I was a kid. Remember that Mexi Pina and Heather? Yeah. There was a girl one time that told me, this is when we were in 3rd grade. There was a girl one time, she told me, why do you like playing girl games? So that was in elementary. And I didn't know any better back then. And I was like, I just kind of like doing it. And I've always been like, you know, I always hung out with the girls. But I never, you know, at that age, I never understood that. So what I want to do with the characters is I want them to be, you know, so Sensitive Boys, and then Carry On is a very strong, smart, educated girl, or very educated, but we don't play to those strengths. We still want sweet, innocent girls. So the two characters kind of feed off each other. One is strong and the other is weak. Yeah, girl games are more fun. How do you explain that? She didn't mean that. Yeah, girl games. So Lauren, that's the thing, is that back in my day, in elementary, we still had boy games and girl games. Like the boys would go out and play soccer, or they'd play sports, and the girls would play, you know, tetherball, jump rope. We were still very much in the 80s. We still had that mentality of, you guys do this and you do this. So when I would go on the jungle gym to do the spins, it was always the girls doing it. Guys never did it. But I loved doing it. Loved it! So, yeah, it is subjective. It is very subjective, yes. So I want to build the characters around the story. So the second one is Carry On. And there was a girl that I knew, her name was Carrie. She was very smart, she was very popular. And we used to play Little House on the Prairie and occasionally Dukes of Hazzard. I love it. It's so funny. I know the Dukes of Hazzard. My brother really loved that one, Dukes of Hazzard. So Carry On, in Carry On, the Carry On Queen, we get to know her character more, and then we have the third story, which is, I just kind of build from my own experience as a kid, and that one just kind of goes a little deeper into Joey King's character. But I'm going to start with those 3 books, and then the next 3 series is going to be about Carry On. So it's going to be, and her name is Carry On because her parents would tell her, "Carry on, Queen," because she was a leader. She was a leader, and she loved being a leader at home. And so the parents are always tired, and she would always like want to get them going. And so anytime she said something, they would say, "Okay, carry on, Queen." So her name is Carry On Queen. Carry On, Carry, ONN, and then comma Queen. Carry On Queen. It's gonna be so much fun. And I want to do Joey King's in like blue covers, like a blue pastel color, and then I want to do Carrie's in like a light pink, like a powdery pink color. So stay tuned. But damn, it takes forever for those illustrators to cut them out, so we'll see. All right, Grains of Sand. Thank you guys for hearing that. I really appreciate that. It's always nice to share the ideas with you guys. Samantha, yeah, I'll definitely let you guys know when I go on sale. Probably by the end of the year. I'm saying by the end of the year because the illustrations take a while, couple of months, and then uploading it and buying all the rights to it and stuff. And then having it. I'll probably self-publish through Amazon. I'm thinking Amazon. Thank you so much, Michelle. I really appreciate that. Grains of sand. Today was the last day of our vacation. When we get home, Ulysses still has water in his eyes. I am as blue as the sea. You probably have to do a test print as well. Yes, Hannah. Yeah, there's a lot of like little details and stuff that I've been learning about. As soon as I get a rendition, I'll let you guys know. So Ulysses still has water in his last day of vacation. And look at these illustrations. I love this black and white and then these blue pops here. Yes, the vacation blues. And my shoes are filled with sand. Look at the sand, it's a gold color. This blue here. Definitely a summer vibe. What are you doing? Asked Ulysses. I have all these grains of sand and I don't want to throw them away. I know, let's plant them. Oh, what do you think will grow? Grains of sand. Leaving family in Ireland was the worst, the last day. Oh, yes, I bet. Yeah, that feeling. Oh, Hannah, I think we can all relate to that feeling. You're like, I just want to stay. Let's see. So they're gonna plant the grains of sand to see what happens. When we, in the early 2000s, my parents moved to Tucson. IA good storyboard, yes. My parents moved to Tucson, and the whole family would go during Thanksgiving. We'd spend the 4 days there. Everybody, we had like 20 people in the house. The whole entire family. And it was always difficult on Sunday to say goodbye to everybody because it was such a nice feeling having everybody there and catching up. And then was the holidays. You know, Thanksgiving is a very family-oriented holiday. So it was just nice having everybody there. It was always difficult on Sunday. Maybe a field of beach umbrellas to wave hello to the sun. Yes, we love a good storyboard. Love a good story. Love a good black and white with pops of color in it. Primary colors. Or a forest of pinwheels to fill the sails of a boat. Pinwheels. Yes, pops of color. That boat. How about a crop of ice cream? Lemon flavored, please. Lemoncellos. Yeah, they're only an ocean away. But with FaceTime and everything, do they do technology, Hannah? Hey, Allie Cooper, welcome in. Perhaps the castle's strong enough to stand against the tide. Oh, when you were little. Oh, they had phones. Oh, okay. But now, do you guys are they still in Ireland? I'd give it a good soaking with a giant wave of laughter. Look at this purple. Blue wave. Maybe our grains will grow into a beach, powdered gold to sift through our fingers. it's a lot easier. Thank you so much, Ali Cooper, for that. I really appreciate that. Or to fill the Sandman's bags, says Daddy, who sees me rubbing my eyes. Her face. Before I drift off, I hear Daddy promise that we'll go back to the beach next year and harvest new grains of sand. Aw, that's very sweet. It's a very sweet picture. The and grains of sand. This is a good one. This is a good one. What section of library do you get your books? Nalia Ortega. What I do is I go to the library and I've chosen one section that I work on. I don't divert from that section until I've looked through each one of those shelves. At the one over here by my house, I'm on the there's 3 sets of shelves. I'm on the first shelf on the second layer. So I've gone through the second layer. Now when I go back again, I'm gonna do the 3rd layer. So I go through each one. I go through each book and I choose ones that pop out, like this one. I really like this one because of the illustrations. Then I look in it and I think, oh, this will be good. And then I take it. So you're getting basically all the books in the children's lit area in the library. And then by the time I'm finished with the whole section, they'll probably have a whole bunch of new ones. So we're never gonna run out. Anybody know what Teen Cheers is? I don't know. I think it's something that you're supposed to participate in, Lauren, with TikTok. But it's a little complicated. All right, let's go ahead and take a vote. Yeah, nobody gets left behind. Some of them aren't interesting, though. I don't take all of them. Some of them I look at, I'm like, nah. Some of them, yeah, they don't make the cut. But I've barely scratched the surface. And then the one that's by my work, that's another one. But the one by my work, the library, the manager there just has a display at the entrance, and she always picks really good ones. So a majority of the time I pick hers. All right. Shengju was number 1. Yeah, I agree too. The illustrations tonight are really good. 2, Quiet. The illustrations on this one was really good too. And then Grains of Sand, 3. Let's take a vote. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to stick with 2. Quiet. Samantha 1. Hannah 3. Alex Feller 3. What else do we know? Guys, I'm going to read you Lauren 1. I'm going to read you one that I read to the East Coast. This one's a good one. This one encapsulates everything that we love about children's literature. I was told I have family back in Germany I never met. Oh, that would be fun. Germany would be fun to visit during Christmas time. That's when I want to visit Germany. Christmas. Gorgeous. All right, this one is called A House in the Woods. This one has it all. If you were to put everything into a children's literature book, you've got fall leaves, you've got a forest of animal friends, you've got an A-frame home, you've got chimney with smoke coming out. Everything that you would want in a children's literature book is in this one, A House in the Woods by Inga Moore. We got a moose on its hind legs, walking. And then we have this beautiful end page here. Peanut butter sandwich. We found out that these were peanut butter sandwiches. I thought originally they were stacks of pancakes. But you'll find out why. Look at the beavers. This is a really good one. We got pages that sound good when you turn them. A little pig had made a den for herself in the woods. Next door, another little pig had made himself a hut. So the story begins with two pigs. One made himself a little den, and the other made himself a little hut. Look at how pretty these leaves are. We love a good forest. Yes, right, Allie Cooper? Very turnable. One morning, the two little pigs went out walking together. One little pig found a feather, and the other found an interesting stick. So they go out walking together one day. One finds a stick, one finds a feather. Look at these pops of color here, this gold. Gold. But when the first little pig brought her feather home to her den, she discovered that Bear had moved in, which she didn't mind because she liked Bear. But Bear was so big that, oh dear, the den was wrecked. So when she was out walking, Bear made himself comfortable in her den and completely wrecked it. And when the second little pig went home to his hut with a stick, he discovered that Moose had moved in, which he didn't mind either because he liked Moose. But Moose was even bigger than Bear, and when he stood up politely to say good morning, crash, the hut was also wrecked. So these big buffoons come in and wreck the pigs' homes. Look at the moose with his giraffe legs. Which left the two little pigs with nowhere to live, not to mention Moose and Bear. This was a pickle, it really was. Then Moose had a brilliant idea. Why not build a big house where they could all live together? So they're all sitting on the bench, thinking, brainstorming ideas. Where are they going to live? Look at the moose. And then he comes up with a really good idea. Queen. Love it. Well, that was a good idea. Except that building a big house with real windows and doors, a roof, stairs, and chimney stacks isn't easy. They couldn't do it on their own, so Moose called the beavers on the telephone. They're going to recruit. So he calls the beavers on the telephone. Just a random telephone on a random pole. And soon afterward, a team of beaver builders came to help them. The beavers said that they wished to be paid in peanut butter sandwiches. No one had any objections. Wouldn't that be nice? Lauren, right? She does have auntie vibes. She's in control. So they felled the timber. Now this is an interesting word. I've never heard it before. They felled the timber. I'm assuming that felled means, because look at the beavers. They're chewing away at it to make it fall. they felled the trees, the timber. And the work began. So everybody's pitching in. It was a great idea. The beavers are the main construction workers. Oh, it's used in tree cutting. Oh, okay. Felled. By lunchtime, the walls of the house were up. Look at their building. It's going to be a beautiful home. And by dinner time, the roof was on. The lunch and dinner times were on different days, of course. Beavers are fast, but not that fast. Bear made the staircases and chimney stacks, while Moose fitted the windows and doors. Look at their pretty home. Look at that fireplace. That's going to be amazing. And their little tea set. We love a good tea set. Then they both went with the two little pigs to the junkyard for furniture and curtains and all the other things that go inside a home. Oh, they're sourcing from a thrift store. Locally sourced. At last, the house was finished. The beavers handed over their bill and left. There was just enough time to get to the store. Look at the moose. She's got these long legs. They're going to the store. Auntie Moose to buy the bread and peanut butter. Oh, that's how they were going to pay back. That's how are they going to pay back the beavers? By making them peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They're at the store getting all the ingredients. Then the little pigs helped Moose and Bear make 6 plates of peanut butter sandwiches, which they delivered in person to the beavers, who had all gone back to their lodge on the lake. Oh, this is them making the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I know, huh? And they're back at the beavers' lodge. The beavers live really nice. Look at their lodge. It's on the lake. Lodge on the lake. Right? Like this one. Just kicking back. Those long legs. It had been a busy time for little pigs and Moose and Bear. They had worked hard. Had it been worth it? What do you think? Just look what a beautiful new house they have. We love a good A-frame in the middle of the woods. An A-frame in the middle of the woods. Bear went to bed first because she was so tired. And after they had finished their supper and washed the dishes, oh, they're enjoying the night in their new little home. The little pigs, the moose. Washing the dishes. We love a good red tea kettle. Iron tea kettle. And told stories for a while around the fire. Moose and the 2 little pigs climbed to the stairs to bed. Guys, look at their gorgeous fireplace. They really did good with that. And Moose telling her stories. And their little tea set here at the bottom. It's time for bed. She's got a hot a hot water bottle that she's taking with her, probably for her back. Soon the only sounds to be heard were the soft cheeps of sleepy birds roosting in the rafters, the tiny rustling of wood mice in the fallen leaves outside, and just now and then the gentle snoring of a bear. Good night, bear. Good night, moose. Good night, little pigs. Look at them sleeping on their first night. And then you have a good moon. We love a good moon. Out. Out like a light. Bankrupt blood. Welcome in. Sweet dreams, everyone. Look at how pretty that picture is. We love a good owl. Love a good owl. The end. A house in the woods. Hey, Wisco Sports 76, welcome in. Hey, Annie, welcome in. This is a good one. I like the traditional vibe of this one. Encapsulates all the things that we love in children's literature. Hannah, I know it seems like a little. No, that's okay, Hannah. You guys are all taking care of one another in the chats. Everybody has a place. All right, let's take a vote. Let's take a vote. See what we got. Annie, that was our fourth one. I'll always hear on the West Coast time. Yes, Annie. Bankrupt Blood. Oh, thank you so much for that, Bankrupt Blood. We love a good handle name. Bankrupt Blood. Four for the legs. Yes. So let's do it. Annie, there might be a surprise. 1, Chengdu. Chengdu was the first one we started with. 3, Quiet. Or 2, Quiet, I'm sorry. 3, Grains of Sand. And 4, A House in the Woods. My vote shifted. I'm gonna go with A House in the Woods. I did like Quiet, but my vote shifted. A House in the Woods. Yes, Lauren, you guys are gonna get a 5th book tonight. You guys are gonna get a 5th one because a lot of these were just one-liners. So we went through them kind of fast. It's only 10:08. So you guys got a little shafted. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for Lauren. Thank you, Lauren, for that. Yeah. All right, I'll go ahead and read. You guys my first children's book that I'm working on currently. Some of you have heard this already. Let me bring it up. All right. Anna, you ready? There's no pictures to this one. It's still a document. Joe E. King loved his special figurine more than anything in the world. It was shaped like a small, clear dome with a rainbow inside, and when he shook it, shimmering glitter swirled through the liquid, catching the light like tiny stars. His grandmother had given it to him before she passed away, calling it a hope globe. She told Joe it would remind him that even when things felt cloudy, there was always light and color to be found. At home, the house felt quiet and a little lonely, like the sunshine had forgotten to come inside. Joe's dad was often busy, his custodian uniform a little messy, and his eyes looking sleepy. He worked late into the night, and by the time Joe saw him, he was already grabbing his keys and heading out the door. Not now, Joe. I've got to go to work, his dad would say, giving him a quick pat on the shoulder. Joe's words would stick in his throat, and he'd wander back into his room, where his little figurine sat on the shelf. Its tiny painted smile seemed to say, I'm here, even when no one else was. The morning sun shone brightly through the classroom windows, making everything look warm and golden. Joe had the figurine tightly in his pocket, feeling its smooth surface with his fingers. He couldn't wait to show it to his class. Miss Woods always said, share something that matters to you, and her smile made Joe feel brave. He took a deep breath and walked in the front of the room. His classmates watched with curious eyes as he held up the figurine. Its tiny details sparkled in the sunlight, and for a moment, Joe felt like he was sharing a little piece of magic. This is the rough draft, or it's the finished copy, but I haven't published it yet. Tiny details sparkling like little pieces. Okay. A gentle breeze danced across the playground as Joe sat on the bench, cradling the figurine in his hands. He tilted it gently, watching the glitter swirl and sparkle like tiny stars. Just then, Aaron and Jennifer skipped over, their sneakers crunching on the ground. They squinted at the figurine, their eyes lighting up with recognition. Aaron's eyes sparkled with mischief. Yeah, I dare you to drop it. Let's see if it really holds up. Joe's stomach twisted. He clutched the figurine tighter, its smooth surface warm in his hands. The girls' giggles made his cheeks burn. He didn't want them to think he was scared, but his heart thumped like a drum. Taking a deep breath, he stood up slowly, holding the figurine out in front of him. His hands shook as he let it go. Crack! The figurine hit the concrete, and Joe's breath caught in his throat. The dome shattered into pieces, and glittery liquid spilled across the ground. The rainbow inside lay broken, its colors dull and scattered. Aaron and Jennifer gasped, their hands flying to their mouths. Without a word, they turned and ran, leaving Joe alone. That evening, Joe walked home slowly, the shattered figurine tucked carefully in his backpack. He found his dad in the kitchen table, buried in his newspaper. Dad, Joe said softly, holding out the broken pieces, something happened today. His dad glanced up, and his dad glanced up just for a second. Not now, Joe. I'm busy. We'll talk later, okay? Joe's shoulders slumped as he shuffled back to his room, clutching his shards. The next morning, Joe wrapped the broken pieces in a paper towel and placed them carefully in his backpack. He sat at his desk, staring quietly into space, while his classmates laughed and played games around him. Some were trading stickers, others were drawing pictures, and a few were telling jokes. But Joe didn't join in. The usual joy he felt was gone, replaced by a heavy, quiet feeling. Miss Woods noticed right away. After class, she knelt beside Joe, her voice soft. Joe, are you okay? At first, Joe didn't know what to say, but Miss Woods' kind eyes made him feel safe. Slowly, the story spilled out, the dare, the broken figurine, and how lonely he felt at home. Miss Woods nodded thoughtfully. Feelings can be heavy, Joe, especially when you carry them alone. But sharing them, like you're doing now, is brave. Let's see if we can turn your figurine into something new. Together, they worked on a special art project. Miss Woods handed Joe glue and colorful paper, and they arranged the broken pieces into a mosaic. The glitter swirled like magic, and the shards formed a bright, shining sunburst with a rainbow at its center. As they worked, Miss Woods said, sometimes things break, Joe, but we can create something beautiful from the pieces. When the mosaic was finished, Joe stepped back to look at it. It wasn't the same as his figurine, but it was something new and special. That night, Joe showed the mosaic to his dad. He told him everything, the dare, the broken figurine, and how much he missed spending time together. This time, his dad put down the newspaper and listened. For the first time in a long time, Joe felt heard. His dad apologized for being so busy and promised to spend more time with him. Together, they hung the mosaic in Joe's room. As they stepped back to admire it, Joe felt a warm glow in his chest. That night, Joe lay in bed, his eyes fixed on the mosaic. Moonlight streamed through the window, making the glitter sparkle like stars. He smiled as he drifted off to sleep. Life wasn't perfect, but he felt a little braver and a lot less alone. The end. And on that last page, guys, the illustration that I'm going to use for that one, it says Joe's lying in bed, smiling at as he looks at the mosaic on the wall, with moonlight streaming through the window like a spotlight at the mosaic. So that we're going to be able to get a good moon on the first book. So thank you guys so much for letting me read that. I really appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Yes. Let me see what your guys is coming. Let's see. Yay. 3 research on both books. We're good. Yes. Let's see. I'm glad. It's this one. Yes. Like, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Lauren. Oh man, I didn't get it. Yeah. So it'll eventually be a digital book. But it's going to be a while before probably towards the end of the year. Yeah, I think the illustrations are going to come out really good. Annie, I had been writing my own short stories for a while, and I was kind of stuck that I've been working on for the last couple of years. And ever since I started doing this live, I thought, you know what, why don't I just take the stories and put them in children's literature form? And it just kind of worked out. I was laughing at Joe. Joe is experiencing grief. Yes. Thank you, Hannah. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. Limit, yeah. Eventually, yes, definitely. We got to fit in a cat. Mm-hmm. Love it. Thank you so much, Annie. I know it would be great to have. But guys, just know that when I write the stories, my short stories, I write them out as best I could. But then I get an editor. I hire an editor to read it and fix the grammar and fix anything that's disjointed, and then they write some ideas. So that's just been a collaboration of people reading it and giving me ideas, and then we fix it, and then they fix the grammar for me. So it's been a collaboration, not all my own writing. I mean, I write it, but fixing it over and over and editing it comes out. Thank you guys for letting me share my piece of work tonight. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys. I'm gonna hear from the illustrator in a couple of days, so I'll show you guys some updated copies. That way you guys get to see what it looks like. That way you guys get to be in the first creation of it. Alrighty, friends, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the 26,000 likes. Really appreciate having you guys tonight. Everybody have a good night. Have a good Friday. Allison, Allie, thank you so much. And guys, we will see you tomorrow or Sunday night for Sunday Night Scaries. Alrighty, everybody, have a good weekend. Talk to you later.